हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू योर ओन यूट्यूब चैनल योर ओन पाठशाला ज्योतिशाला। तो फ्रेंड्स, कैसे आप सभी? आशा करती हूँ आप सभी अच्छे ही होंगे। तो कैन आई आस्क यू, हाउ इज द जोश? डेफिनेटली योर जोश must be high. Friends, in this video I have brought to you this is the English literature lesson, which is the last lesson of your textbooks, which is coming in your board exams. And since pre-boards are just round the corner, I thought of giving a reading to the lesson, so that just by hearing on the social media or on the platform, you will be brushed up with your lesson. And since you are always engaged with your mobiles, then definitely if you will listen to this lesson, then it will do your job. Okay, so let me read out the lesson for you, and I hope it will be a help for you. Okay, let's read it. The last lesson, it is for the ICSE students who are about to appear in 2025 exams, and whose their exams are scheduled on the 6th of January 2025. Most of the schools, most of the ICSE schools. And this is the book, this chapter is from Treasure Chest. Okay, let me read it. So it is the last lesson by Alphonse Dot. I started for school very late that morning and was in great dread of a scolding, especially because M. Hamel had said that he would question us on participles, and I did not know the first word about them. For a moment, I thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. It was so warm, so bright. The birds were chirping at the edge of the woods, and in the open field back of the sawmill, the Prussian soldiers were drilling. It was all much more tempting than the rule for participles. But I had the strength to resist and hurried off to school. So here the narrator was interested in enjoying the scenes and scenery outside the school, and not to go to the school because he was scared that his teacher M. Hamel would be scolding him because he has not prepared his lessons on participles, which the teacher told him to do. And the Prussian soldiers, they were practicing at the open field. They were practicing in the open field back of the sawmill. So this can be asked in your MCQ questions. So M. Hamel is the name of the teacher, and is the narrator. Coming to the second paragraph, when I passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come from there. The lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer. And I thought to myself, without stopping, what can be the matter now? So people were crowded at the bulletin board, which was placed outside the town hall. Past the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board, which was placed in the town hall. So here, in the bulletin board, all the news of the lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer, everything was put up on the notice board, and people used to, the localites used to come and read out. So what can be the matter now, since it was crowded? So this narrator thought that what is the matter, why it is crowded even today? Then as I hurried by as fast as I could go, the blacksmith watcher, who was there with his apprentice reading the bulletin, called after me. So there was a man, he was a blacksmith, his name was Watcher. He called him, and he was standing there with his tool. Apprentice is the meaning of apprentice is tool, reading the bulletin, called after me. Don't go so fast, Bob. You will get to your school in plenty of time. So he told the narrator not to be in a rush for school. He came in enough of time left to reach school, and he no need to rush. I thought he was making fun of me, and reached M. Hamel's little garden all out of breath. So I thought he was making fun of me. So this narrator thought that this man was making fun of me, and reached M. Hamel's little garden. So this narrator rushed, and he reached the M. Hamel's little garden. The garden was little, and that is all out of breath. That is, he was panting while rushing through the garden. Usually, when school began, there was a great bustle which could be heard out in the street. The opening and closing of desk lessons repeated in unison, very loud. So usually, when school began, Generally, when the school used to begin, there's great bustle, means a lot of crowd rushing, people rushing, which could be heard out in the street. The opening and closing of desks means the students used to open and close their desks. Lessons repeated in unison. In schools, what is the environment like? The teachers shouting out their lessons to the students, and the students shouting out all together. That is in unison. Very loud with our hands over our ears to understand better. So many of the students, it was difficult for them to understand in a in a loud noise. So they tried hard to understand what the teacher was explaining. And the teachers means all the paragraph tells us that what kind of scene is there in a school, in a school environment, what kind of scene is there. And the teacher's greater ruler rapping on the table. The teacher hit the ruler, like this is my ruler, and they hit like this. So all this tapping sound is heard in the schools. But now it was all silent. But today the scenes were different, and everything was silent and still. I had counted on the commotion to get to my desk without being seen. So commotion, to get on my desk being seen. But of course that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. But today this morning was different, and everything was very quiet and silent. He expected that it must be loud, it must be crowded, there must be rush. But today everything was still and silent. Through the window I saw my classmates already in their places, and M. Hamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. So he saw that all his friends were sitting in their places, and M. Hamel was walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler. So he had an iron ruler placed under his arm like this. He had an iron ruler placed. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how I blushed and how frightened I was. So this narrator was very much frightened to enter into the classroom. But nothing happened. M. Hamel saw me and said very kindly, but that day things were different. So M. Hamel, that is the teacher, said nothing to him, and he said kindly, instead he said kindly, go to your place quickly, little friends, we are beginning without you. So he politely said, or generously said to the child that he may go, little friends, that is, so the narrator's name was Friends. So he told him to go to his seat, and because they were about to start the lesson without him. I jumped over the bench and sat down at my desk. Not till then, when I had to got a little over my fright, and did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt, and the little black silk cap, all embroidered, that he never wore except on inspection and prize days. So this teacher was wearing the best of his appearances he was in, and best of his attire. Besides, the whole school seemed so strange and solemn. So today the things were different, and the whole school was quite silent and looking very strange and solemn. That is peaceful. But the thing that surprised me most to see on the back benches that were always empty. So the back benches usually were to be empty, but today things were different. The village people sitting quietly like ourselves. Even the villagers, they have come to attend the class, and they were sitting in the back benches like old Hoser with his three-cornered hat, the former mayor, the former postmaster, and several other besides. So many of them were there. 3 of the names are given here. Old Hauser, then the former mayor, and the former postmaster, and several other besides. Everybody looked sad, and Hauser had brought an old primer, thumbed at the edges, and he held it open on his knees with his great spectacles lying across the pages. While I was wondering about it all, M. Hamel mounted his chair, and in the same grave and gentle tone which he had used to me said, so here this M. Hamel was having, this old Hoser was having like a primer. Primer means like a note kind of, something like a registered lettered kind of, which was thumb, means people have put up their thumbs at the edges of it, and he was holding on his lap and sitting with his spectacles on his face, that is, with his spectacles on. When I was wondering about it all, M. Hamel mounted his chair, and in the same grave and gentle tone which he had used to me, said, my children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. So he said that this is the last lesson that I am giving you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. So my children, This is the last lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. So M. Hamel conveyed this to the children that the orders have come from Berlin, and in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine from tomorrow onwards only German will be taught, and the new master will be coming tomorrow. This is your last French lesson. I want you to be very attentive. So today is the last French lesson and you have to be very attentive. What a thunderclap these words were to me. Thunderclap means like they were very astonishing, they were very surprising to friends. Oh, the wretches! Oh, the wretches! That was what they had put up at the town hall. So now he understood that what was put up on the town hall, what was put up on the bulletin board. Then now he understood that that was this notice board, like this was put up on the bulletin board that from tomorrow onwards German will be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine and not the French lessons. Now he understood that. My last French lesson, why I hardly knew how to write. I should never learn anymore. Now he's thinking that today is the last French lesson, but he has never learnt to read and write. I must stop there. Then, oh, how sorry I was for not learning my lesson, for seeing birds' eggs or going sliding on the Saar. Now he is repenting. Even M. Hamel is repenting. Sorry, even Friends is repenting that when his teacher used to tell him to read his lessons, he has never paid attention in learning his lesson, neither writing nor learning it. And now is the time when he was busy seeking for birds' eggs and he was sliding on the Saar. Saar is the river basin. So he used to go playing around near the Saar. My books that had seemed such a nuisance a while ago, so heavy to carry my grammar.